What's going on, guys? Dylan Spangenberg, Fitness TV here, and today I want to review for you the Kastaplast Berg. As far as I'm concerned, the Berg has helped my game more than any other individual disc. This is going to be a putt and approach disc that has some pretty unique properties. So the first thing people will notice when they buy a Berg is that the flight number, the glide, is a 1. So you can really power up on these discs and they really won't glide very far. Now, where that comes into play is on uphill shots and downhill shots. So let's say you have a long downhill hole and there's out of bounds beyond the basket. So a disc like this, you can really just, I like to flick my Berg, I just flick it down the hill and it's just going to glide all the way to the basket and never past the basket. So you're never going to find yourself overthrowing holes with this disc. So you can really power up on this disc and it's just going to come to the ground. Now the second thing I want to point out about this disc is this K3 plastic. It's fairly flexible, but it's still stiff, but it's really grippy. So when it hits the ground, it just sticks on the ground. So nothing is worse than having a stiff, hard plastic putt and approach disc. Nothing's worse than throwing a good approach shot and then your disc just slides all the way across the basket. That's the worst, and then you have a long comebacker and you wind up missing it because it's just outside the range. This disc is going to literally just sit right where it lands. So they make the Berg in the K1, the K2, the K3, and the K1 Glow. I had 2 K3s. I just lost one, so I had to break out my spare one. I wore my other one out so much it totally just had no stamp on it. I actually threw an ace with my other one, so I was pretty sad that I lost it. Here I also have a K1 Berg. The K1 Berg is a little bit more stable. It actually feels a little bit more flexible as far as these two go, as the flexibility. So this one's quite a bit more stiff. You have a little bit more control out of the hand. This one I like to throw when I really want to throw something a bit harder. I can actually throw this one for tee shots because it's just a little bit more stable. I bought this one when I was in Melbourne, Australia. I played a tournament there and Portal Discs was a vendor. They had some of these. So a lot of players in Australia throw Bergs, but not a lot of players in the States throw Bergs. So a lot of international players know about Kastaplast and know that they make awesome discs. But players in the States, hardly anybody throws Kastaplast, so I'm not really sure why that is because their plastic feels amazing. So back to this Berg. It's got a nice thumb track on top, so especially for you forehand throwers, it's really comfortable to hold. I like to throw it with a split grip. I like to have my thumb pressed right into that flight plate so I can get a lot of control, I get a lot of snap, and I get a lot of spin right out of the hand. So this is a very comfortable disc, especially for the forehand throwers, but some people also like throwing with the thumb track as well on backhand. So nice fan grip, or modified fan grip, however you like to hold it. I hold it like this, just like a normal putter, and I put my thumb, I'm always driving my thumb into that flight plate, whether it's this way or this way. I can throw this disc both ways. Usually it's mostly forehand. This disc will hold any line you put it on. I'll throw this disc for hyzer approach shots. I'll throw it for straight shots off the tee, downhill drives that I need something to just slowly drop and then stick where it lands. And my signature move with this disc is going to be just a super big anhyzer, where I'm actually going to have a tree in front of me. I need to be in sort of a straddle position, go way around the basket, and I've sunk some awesome shots with this disc throwing those shots. And the thing that I can trust about this disc is that's just going to land and then stay where it lands. I can't stress that more. There's nothing more frustrating than your disc being thrown where it needs to be thrown and then sliding across the basket. You want to throw something that's going to stick where it lands. So if you have any questions about the Berg, leave it in the comments section down below. This is Dylan Spangenberg, Fitness TV, and I'm out. Peace.